I just found out my fiance is a liar, but I'm supposed to marry her in 2 weeks.
Take a government-issued vacation for that time and think about it.
I literally need to get this off my chest. Feel like I'm going insane.
Also, sorry, to preface, this is a 3-part series
Oh.
we're reading.
Oh, 3 parts.
Whoa.
Jeez.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
It's going to be big, juicy.
Say fire.
Oh, God.
Someone on Instagram was like, hey, I love your fire streams. This is not what I meant.
Oh, boy.
Also, we are safe from the fire.
We're safe.
It is Santa Monica,
We're
but
safe.
not close enough to
They have to get
be
through the whole
affected.
city of Santa Monica.
Yeah,
to
to
get
get
That's
to
true.
us. That's because we're standing on the front lines.
That's right.
Well, technically in the back
Or,
lines.
yeah, back lines.
Yeah.
But our hearts are in the front lines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, to everyone who's affected by the fire, hearts are out to you, including us. So I guess heart with us.
100%.
We're
Cutting
working
this
on
out.
our tragedy talks, okay?
Anyway, my fiance Sarah, 28 female, and I, 34 male, have known each other for about 6 years. Engaged for 1. Our wedding is scheduled to take place in just 2 weeks, and I just witnessed something that is making me feel like I am making the biggest mistake of my life.
Stop teasing me, OP.
By the way, this comes from one top 3934, hold up, r/OK Storytime subreddit. So tonight, Sarah and I were taking a rare opportunity to relax at home. Sarah was in the kitchen making dinner while I was out back working on one of my projects. We live on acreage. Oh, on an acreage. So they got some land.
Land.
And I am building a pagoda/fire pit. Wow, insensitive. In the backyard that we were planning on using this fall.
I don't even know what that is.
You don't know what a fire pit is?
I don't know what I walked into that one. All right.
Anyway, as you do when you're doing heavy labor, I get thirsty and come back to the house to get a drink. When I see Sarah at the counter preparing dinner and talking on speakerphone,
Okay.
I recognize the voice instantly as my brother-in-law, Marty. So that is her brother.
Oh, that's an ICU.
What do you mean? What I see you? What I see you?
Oh, wait.
She's talking to her brother.
In-law.
Well, it's his
He's-
brother-in-law, her brother.
Her brother. Okay.
Oh,
Never mind. No
okay.
ICU.
Like, y'all
No, I see you.
are too Reddited.
2 ICU.
Yeah. Y'all
Or
are
maybe.
too Reddited.
You never know.
Yeah.
We'll
they,
see.
they live on an acreage. They could be the deep country. Deep. Anyway, now this is where my brain gets totally twisted. Marty asks Sarah where her sister Evelyn is as he's been trying to get in contact with her and she's not answering texts. And I hear Sarah say to him, she just left here. She should be home in a half hour or so. ICU. Do you want to hear my ICU?
Please.
ICU, Sarah is covering for Evelyn's cheating. Boom.
And Evelyn's relation to the fiance.
Evelyn
is she
is-
the sister-in-law to to OP's fiance?
Yeah. So Evelyn would be the sister-in-law to OP and then Sarah's sister. So Sarah's married to OP. Sarah has a brother, Marty. Sarah has a sister, Evelyn.
Nice.
Just got a glucose monitor, so I feel like I'm going to be sharp.
Top of the world.
Going to be sharp for this one. Anyway, it should be noted. Take note that Evelyn is Marty's wife. Oh, Evelyn is Marty's wife. So, really quick, readjusting the family tree. So,
Where's the whiteboard?
Sarah is OP's fiance. Marty is Sarah's brother-in-law. And Evelyn is Sarah's sister. There we go. We're getting the whiteboard out for this one, y'all. All right. Is everyone at full comprehension? Well, Sam is one of those 3-way light bulbs getting brighter with each switch. You guys know how I love a 3-way.
Give me one more time. Final pop quiz test for you.
All right. So we got OP.
Yep.
Married to Sarah. Sarah has a sister, Evelyn, who is married to Marty.
Not her brother Marty, brother-in-law Marty.
Sarah just said, oh, Evelyn's going to be home in like 30 minutes. She just left here. But was she actually at there? I don't think so. I think she might be covering for Evelyn's cheating. There we go.
There we go.
There we go. So, Kelsey Hoff. Nope, I'm confused AF. What do you mean? I just explained it perfectly. And John has a whiteboard.
If John can figure it out, you
I'm
guys should
still
be fine.
confused.
What? What do you mean?
That's okay.
Are you actually confused?
OP's married to Sarah,
Yes.
Yeah.
right? And so OP's a guy.
OP's
Or we
guy.
don't know. Yeah. And then Evelyn is married to Marty.
Yep.
And
Sarah has a sister, Evelyn.
Sarah has a sister, Evelyn.
Yes.
Right. Sisters.
There we go. All right. We're here. We've all made it. We're all now in a shared reality. reality.
Let's keep rolling.
Should be noted that Evelyn is Marty's wife of 5 years. I have to admit that I didn't immediately register what she said because I went into the kitchen and grabbed a glass and asked Sarah, what was that all about? And she responded with, Marty was looking for Evie. I see her texting and I asked, what are you doing? And she says, I'm texting Evie that Marty was looking for her. Anyway, pour myself a drink, sit down, have a sip, and finally, my brain starts to work. The noggin is turning.
Mine isn't.
Bro, your brain's on that whiteboard.
It's all in here.
That's all you need. That's all you need. It's me, Nanny, says, I'm still confused. What do you mean? We just explained it. Someone fill in, Nanny. Is that not enough for you?
Is the question...
What the is that handwriting?
Hey, this is really legible. Is the suspicion that Sarah is hooking up with Marty?
No! John! The suspicion is Sarah just said that Evelyn was over at their place. Evelyn was not over at their place. Marty was looking for Evelyn. And she's like, oh yeah, Evelyn was just over. She's going to be back in 30
cheating
minutes.
with mystery person.
Evelyn's cheating with mystery person. And OP's fiance, Sarah, is basically covering for her.
I'm now at full comprehension.
Let's go! Let's go. Jellybus says, bingo, John. It's his favorite game. Loves to play it on Saturdays.
That's me.
At
That's
the
how I
home.
spend my old, cold, decrepit life. Bingo.
Anyway, first off, I heard Sarah tell Marty that Evelyn was here. Evelyn was not here. The last time we saw her was yesterday when she came over to work on some last-minute wedding decoration stuff with Sarah. Secondly, why is she texting Evelyn and expecting a response when I distinctly heard Marty that Evelyn wasn't answering her texts? Why she ain't answering her text?
Respond. Now.
Respond. Lastly, why the heck would she tell Marty that Evelyn will be back in 30 minutes unless, Your Honor, and the gentlemen and ladies of the jury,
Gabble, gabble.
unless she either knows where she is, and why did she lie? Or she is right now in front of me texting her to tell her to get her butt home quickly.
That sounds likely.
The only conclusion, my friends, the jury, that I came up with is that Sarah is lying to Marty about the whereabouts of her sister, Marty's wife, and is probably warning Evie that Marty will expect her home in half an hour. There's collusion. Collusion, Your Honor.
Mad colluded over here.
It's mad colluded. I then spent probably the next 5 hours concocting various explanations for this behavior. Some decent, some downright horrible. Playing them back in my head like a little TV screen. I wanted really, 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 really badly to ask Sarah about this. But at the same time, what I think is going on, then I doubted I'd ever get a straight answer.
Yeah.
You know why?
Why?
Because she's a liar.
Dude, lie to your own partner?
And
Crazy.
a liar knows what?
Lies.
How to lie.
That's right. They know the truth, but they're not telling it.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
I mean, to tell a good lie, you kind of have to know the truth.
Exactly.
Whoa. Deep. Put that on an Instagram caption and blow.
You can't lie unless you know the truth.
That's true. Every lie does have a little truth to it.
And every truth has a little lie in it.
Guys, my brain is so blown. It's just all over the place now.
Anyway.
Can't even think.
Blew his brains. Sorry, like he blown it. Like he got blown by brain.
All
He
right.
had
Well,
so much brain.
which brings me to about an hour ago. I woke up around 1 a.m. to use the toilet, and I couldn't resist the urge to check Sarah's phone.
Uh-huh.
The relationship is eroding in front of us. What do we say about phones, John?
Always check them and don't respect anyone's privacy.
See, that's a lie. That's a lie. Divorce.
Got you.
Divorce.
Because I know the truth.
Divorce.
Don't do it behind their
Don't
backs.
do it. Yeah, don't look unless there's probable cause.
Probable cause.
If like you see a text and it's like, "Hey baby, oh you're so fine and sexy," and you didn't send that text, and
It was just there.
it was just there. That's
there it
the
is.
equivalent of a door being open and you seeing substances that are illegal inside a crack den.
Walk on in. See
I love
what's
how I
going on.
said substances. Can you say crack? Yeah, you can say crack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's multiple double
Crack.
entendre.
Crack.
Yep.
Crack.
We're safe.
Yeah, like, oh man, crack my.
I don't know if you can say that.
Well,
That's
no,
pretty rough.
and I'm putting them on my salad.
Oh, like walnut.
Yeah, walnut. Crack my
good
nuts.
one.
There we
Yeah,
go.
Yeah.
We're safe.
There you go. Facebook, you try to get us on that. We both know each other's pins, so this wasn't a difficult thing to do. Anyway, I grabbed the phone retreated to the bathroom and unlocked it. And yup, it was exactly what I was afraid of, and probably what most of you were expecting. Sarah's sister, Evelyn, has been having an affair for about 6 months with a coworker, and Sarah has been helping Evelyn cover it up for almost that entire time.
Oh, say it ain't so.
I wish I could, but that would be a lie.
But we can't. We only tell the truth on this podcast.
It's so. It's so.
It's so.
There are literally hundreds of texts between them discussing it, discussing the coworker, discussing spicy sleep stuff.
Whoa.
Really embarrassing things about my brother-in-law, and probably uncharitable. Just stuff that makes my stomach turn and churn. And here is my soon-to-be wife going along with all of it without even batting an eye.
Crazy.
Question to you.
Yep.
Question to Riley.
I got a hot one. Hot take.
Do you pre-divorce? Do you at least postpone the wedding? Is this an indicator that OP is a wife can't be trusted? Or, flip it on its head, is it an indicator that she's so ride or die that she will do anything for the people she loves?
That's a plot twist that I think is absolutely wrong. 1,000% postpone the wedding, confront her and say like, hey, I found this out. I don't know how I can trust you now. If you're going to lie and cover for someone else, how do I know you wouldn't, do something on your own? The trust is not there. We need to pause until we can sort this all out.
Or we do what Sam said and you twist it on its head. You ever seen Breaking Bad?
I have.
Okay. Well, basically, drug dealer, the wife's against it. Seems like this wife is using it for bad. Let's say she uses it for good. I'd be getting married sooner and using her skills for good and figure out a way to do that. That's what I'd be doing.
I mean, she's got some covert special op kind of operations going on to keep all of this quiet between Evelyn and her lover. Maybe she can put that kind of brain on someone else.
So work for some, random country, get a big bag, become an international spy.
Yeah, I'm thinking international.
And then they're rich
spy.
forever.
Yeah. But if it was me, I'd probably postpone the wedding, potentially even more, but at least postpone the wedding. And Cheryl Dye says she can't be trusted. The truth is always the right choice.
Great quote, Cheryl Dye.
Great quote. That's why I tell every 5-year-old, Santa Claus isn't real.
He does it. I've seen him.
Which
do
is
it
a
many
lie
times.
for all of our viewers with children. Santa Claus visits me every night.
Oh, God.
Yep.
Dude, what is this?
Whispers in my ear.
Saint Nick
Well, how
going
do you
up
think
your chimney?
Yeah, dude. Thank God.
Wow.
Thank God, bro. Depositing his coal anywhere he pleases.
Oh, he's got a lot of gifts for you, my friend.
Yep. He deposits his coal, and then like 9 months later, diamonds, for all
Gifts.
those.
That's a gift for you.
That's a gift,
What's up with your intestines?
Sphincter so tight it makes diamonds. So I took some screenshots of the entire thread, put the phone back where I found it, and then retreated to my home office to find myself here, typing it out on Reddit, simply so I can avoid the primal scream that wants to come out of my mouth right now. Like that. This is not primal enough for you guys.
I'm holding something in.
You got a primal scream?
Primal scream?
Yeah, you got a primal scream in you?
Do it.
That's
not really primal.
I mean, no, that's primal. What is
intense.
primal? Riley, you got primal? All right, that's primal. I am totally 100% screwed, Reddit. I cannot marry Sarah. I just cannot do it. I can't think of any reasonable excuse she could offer me about assisting her sister in this affair and victimizing not only Marty, but their 2-year-old daughter as well. On the other hand, myself, my family, Sarah, and her family have all sunk an enormous amount of money into a wedding that is supposed to happen in around 2 weeks. There is no way we are getting any of that money back. On top of that, I feel like an absolute fool. Like, how did I not know this woman was like this? And what the heck am I gonna do?
Good question.
I can't marry her. I could not marry her in a sock.
I cannot marry her. That's not the plot.
I feel like whenever I hear I cannot marry her, I always think of Dr. Seuss. Like
It's very Dr. Seuss.
I just have to. I could
Good
not.
vibes.
I could not.
1 fish, 2 fish, red fish, divorce fish.
Yep, divorce those fish. However, I still want to. She's beautiful and fun. Too fun and kind. And I thought we had a bright future ahead of us. Maybe that bright future was just the tunnel going towards the light of your future dying.
No, her big headlights.
Her big headlights. Yep, dude. Those are blinding. Those are blinding. You know, those will make any man look past red flags.
Oh, yeah.
But you got to stay true.
Stay on the course, brother.
She's never done anything wrong to me, but I just can't see her the same now. It's like a big black stain on an otherwise beautiful picture. I just don't know how the F I got this so wrong, and I'm absolutely dreading doing what I know I need to do. I feel like I want to vomit or break something.
Ooh.
You know what you should break?
What?
Your engagement.
Ooh. Big facts.
Boom.
Big facts.
Edit. Guys, you don't need to convince me to not marry Sarah. That's obvious. The wedding is off. I'm just trying to figure out what my next steps are and work up the nerve to do it. There's an incredible amount of pressure on me from the expectations of everyone, but I'm not going to buckle under it. No way. I just am not relishing having to deal with the fallout, and I must do more because I'm a little angry that I'm in this situation. Because there was relish.
Okay. I get it now.
Yeah, come on, John, catch up.
Okay, see that bangs. That bangs. I'll give you that one. Nice work.
Anyway, edit 2.
It's
It's 5 a.m. I have work in 3 hours, and I'm running off a couple hours of sleep.
This man is allergic to reading the story normally.
I'm going to take a shower and head into work a little early to avoid Sarah and stew on this. Thanks to the support of people here and a big raspberry to the dill holes who keep saying I should figure out whatever good I was about to do a raspberry, but then I thought the people might not like that. Who keep saying I should figure out whatever good reason my soon-to-be ex-fiancé had for this garbage. Edit 3. Got into work around 7. No one was in the office, so I decided to start pulling off the Band-Aid and called my brother.
Whoa, Big Marty.
No,
Just kidding.
that is his
But that is brother-in-law.
brother. Well,
I knew that.
Yeah, brother-in-law. He lives in Australia, so he was still up after having just put. John's furiously working on that whiteboard over there. If anyone can read that, the information's there.
It's all right there.
It's a little cryptic, but it's there. He lives in Australia, so he will still be up after having just put the kids to bed. It was hard breaking the news to him about this because I know he has laid out a huge amount of money for flights for him and his family to come. But to his credit, as an older brother, he didn't mention it one time and just backed me up. He made a great point too. He said, totally paraphrasing here, but you work in a job where you have to deal with liars and scammers day in and day out. I don't blame you for wanting to have somewhere to go where this isn't a concern.
Yeah, don't bring your work home with you.
Oh, yeah.
Can't do that.
Can't do that. I would hate to work in my house.
Dude, right? Yeah.
Gross.
Having your work just like right there, you're sleeping.
Right there.
Like,
I'm sleeping. I wake up. I stream. I work. This is a hypothetical world.
Not
out
real.
There. He was totally right about that, and I get now why I'm reacting so strongly to Sarah's participation in this deceit. He also had a great idea. He was going to take his family down to Florida to do some sightseeing and visit the parks. Well, now the kids will be accompanied by their uncle as well. It should be easy since we were going to honeymoon there as well, and we're planning on meeting them for a bit anyway. I'll just rebook everything to be closer to him and his family, and I'll offer Sarah's ticket to either my sister or another family member. I haven't had time to read everyone's comments, but I have answered a few. Right now, I'm just sort of making myself sick by drinking cup after cup of coffee and trying to distract myself until the day gets on enough where I can reach out to Marty. Edit 4. My stomach is doing flip-flops from drinking about 2 pots of coffee since I got in here so early, and I absolutely cannot focus and concentrate. Guys are like wired.
the coffee.
Yeah. Dude, sometimes when I drink a lot of coffee, there's like a weight on my chest. You know, it's like it's like a in Alien where the alien is there. It goes,
Never seen it.
It goes like this. It goes,
Pops out.
and the guys are like, and then sometimes I feel like when I drink too much coffee, it's like that.
I just shake.
Yeah, you just shake.
Quiver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like post orgasm quivers, or
dude, even worse.
Even worse,
bro.
What's worse than? I mean, what's better than that?
What's worse and better?
What's worse and better than that?
What I get.
Anyway, I can't focus or concentrate. I feel like I can't do anything really from my side until I tell Marty what I know. So
Did it orientation?
I did a silly, Riley.
Oh, he's gonna fix it.
I did a silly. It's getting sticky.
Hey,
Getting sticky. My sister just told me about that song. Which one do I do?
we're fixing it, guys.
We're sorry.
Sam's back in the hot seat, ladies and gentlemen.
We're
And a
getting
banana.
sticky.
Me running anxious with energy drinks all day. You know, we do be drinking go-go juice, so you know
Yep.
that. But somehow the go-go juice makes us go-go with calm.
Mm-hmm.
I've settled into the go-go.
He's adapted.
I've adapted.
He's
I've adapted.
adapted.
One sec.
It's getting sticky.
For me,
Getting
anything,
sticky.
any drink with more than 200 milligrams, that's when it gets
That's when
rough.
it gets
Yeah, but if
yeah.
I stay 200, crisp, cool, clean,
crispy.
cool, calm, collected.
Anyway, so I'm just going to take a sick day and drive over to his house and see if he's around. If not, I'll call him and track him down.
Gotcha.
Marty is a teacher who is on break right now, and Evelyn works a 9 to 5 like me, so odds are good this works out. Wish me luck, Reddit. So he's going.
This is the big one.
Yeah, wait, well, really quick, pausing right here.
Yes.
What do we think about this plan? He's not going to marry his little lady, Sarah.
Yep. Hasn't told her yet, right?
Hasn't told her.
Yep.
But what do you think about telling Marty first before you tell Sarah?
You know, we've of course have seen this type of scenario play out a million times. One of the moves on the chessboard that I think is a good option is usually confronting the liar, in this case, fiance Sarah, and tell her, hey, you've been covering this up. I want you to go tell Marty, or tell Evie to tell Marty,
Yeah.
or I will.
I feel like it ideally should come from
Evie. Yeah.
Evelyn.
Yeah. So maybe actually you could, another good move is you bypass Sarah, you deal with that later, but like go straight to Evie and be like, listen, I know you've been covering us up for 6 months. Give her the whole rundown and be like, you need to tell Marty or I am going to. Yeah. I think that feels like the best move in this situation.
Yeah, I feel like generally the perpetrator of crime should admit to the person, but you know, this is not like the worst thing. It does.
Yeah. It's not the worst.
But I think what this does do to OP is it just involves him in a lot more drama.
Places the burden on you.
Yeah, it's just a lot.
It's just a lot. It's
You
just a
know,
lot.
and like
Unnecessary.
you got your own stuff to figure out. Like you got a wedding to cancel. I feel like
It's a lot of work.
Give yourself a little bit of break.
Yeah, I agree.
Also, Moguri says, I started listening since April 2023, but only subscribed when you guys went to Paris. Back then, it was like today. John, Sam, and Riley stream.
Hey.
That's right.
Hey,
go.
yo.
Sorry, I am gonna call you out. It took you a year to subscribe to us.
You know what?
Yeah, what the
year?
heck?
Yeah, what's
We
going
literally
on?
say, if you love us, like every single time.
That is true. That
Every
is true.
single time. But we're glad you're here with us now.
Yeah, we're happy. We're happy.
Yeah, we're happy. We're happy. Just convince all the other little turds who aren't subscribed to be subscribed.
What you doing?
And then they won't
you
be a turd.
turds?
They won't be a little stinker.
Thank you.
Little stinkers. Anyway, edit 5. I think we're getting the Marty update.
Yep, I'm ready.
What do you say? What's you open the door. Marty's like, I'm teaching my children. What do you need? And what do you say?
Just do what they did with the one president at 9/11. Whenever he was teaching all the kids. Remember that? Whenever.
Oh yeah,
that
they
was-
whispered in his ear.
I was a few miles away from there.
Yeah. Did you hear him?
Very close.
Did you hear him whisper?
Oh, I did.
Yeah. He's got.
The plan worked.
Did you have your hearing aids back then, or?
Yeah, you know, at 5 years old, or 4 or 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, I needed them. I
Yeah.
needed them. Yeah.
103. I gotta.
Yep. You know, that's around the time. That's right around the time you start needing them. Yeah,
Crazy that you were that close.
that's right. Yeah.
Whisper distance.
True story. True story.
So got to Marty's house a little after 10 a.m. He had just put his daughter down for a nap, and we had a long, frankly brutal talk in the kitchen. Basically, he suspected this for a couple of months now, but Evelyn had been very good at covering her tracks, obviously with the assistance of Sarah and a couple of their mutual friends. A couple.
Big conspiracy.
I unfortunately do not have all 6 months of text messages, just a couple dozen screenshots I sent to myself from Sarah's phone, but I gave him what I have and offered to help him however I could. I am a field analyst in the SIU department of a mid-size insurer specializing in workers' compensation. That is frickin' specific.
Gobbledygook jargon.
Really quick, Riley, can you put that in chat and ask what company could this person work at? It's a compensation fraud, because that is so specific. I can't imagine there's that many companies, but maybe I'm wrong.
Maybe like all in insurance companies have that, possibly?
I am a field analyst in the SIU department of a mid-sized insurer specializing in workers' compensation fraud. So I know a few things and a few people. I am now working from my laptop in my almost brother-in-law's kitchen, trying to salvage whatever I can. I'm going to have a talk to Sarah this evening and get the word out as I can to my friends and family now that I know I won't screw Marty over. So far, I managed to rebook most of the honeymoon, although I had a problem with the ticket because Sarah was flying under her maiden name, and our carrier has a surname rule for name changes. Why is she flying under her maiden name?
Because that's what, I guess she just booked it as what it is now, but it'll be changed.
Oh.
Yeah. It's like, I'm John Fry right now, but then I
they're
marry
not
you
married.
and I'm
They're
John
not married.
Donner.
He'd worked for Liberty Mutual, Am Trust Financial, CNA Trust, Chubb, CHUBB.
Chubb. Anyway, they did allow me to cancel and get a partial refund and rebook to my sister, who will be accompanying her 2 brothers and nieces to Florida in a couple of weeks. I'm holding off on canceling the venues until after I talk to Sarah because I don't want to tip anyone off until Marty gets a chance to confront Evelyn, but I will absolutely be letting my family and friends know this afternoon sometime and beg them to keep it close. I'm basically in a frenzy right now, canceling stuff I can cancel, and I'm heading down to the bank in a few to open a new account and get my bills/pay sorted out. The finances, some people have mentioned them, but it should be pretty good. The mortgage is in my name since we were not married and I have the bigger income, but Sarah did contribute about $20K versus my $60K towards the down payment. I will probably have to pay her that money and some portion of the mortgage payments for the last 16 months, but it could be worse. P.S. How come so many people are confused regarding brother and brother-in-law? Yeah,
Yeah, who would ever be confused and need to write something that explains that because they're so not smart?
Yeah, couldn't be us. Couldn't be us. We just got it all up here.
Not me, baby.
All up here.
I'm a smart boy. I do smart stuff.
Edit 6. Goth Princess says, TLDR, please. Just because you said please, Goth Princess. So, OP is marrying Sarah, and it's gonna be perfect. And then, all of a sudden, he learns out that Sarah's sister, Evelyn, has been cheating on her husband, Marty, for the last 6 months.
Oops.
And Sarah has been, just basically, like, helping that cheating process as much as possible.
Helping her sis?
OP's like, nah, I'm not getting married to Sarah anymore, is in the midst of canceling the wedding and also telling Marty, the person who has been cheated on by Evelyn.
And the craziest thing to me so far, he hasn't confronted Sarah yet, right?
He has not
Super
confronted
crazy.
Sarah yet. So, edit 6. I'm going to be silent for a while. This post has already been circulating on TikTok and has gone way, way beyond what I thought it would ever be when I was freaking out the first night. First off, I want to say something here. I do not hate Sarah. I don't approve of what she did. I frankly find it repulsive, and I'm shocked by uncovering how two-faced she can be and how she treats people, but I don't hate her. I'm just incredibly sad about everything, and the I'm screwed part of my post is really the short time framework I have to work under. Basically, our relationship is in a state where I cannot get married to her, but we're supposed to get married in 2 weeks. What does that mean?
Like, he's like, it's just too little time and things that are happening are too crazy, right?
Basically, our relationship is in I thought it was like in a state, like in the state of California, where I can't get married. Yeah. In a state, like in a place where I can, or I guess that could also, in a situation where I cannot get married to her, but we're supposed to get married in 2 weeks. Maybe if we had 2 months, or better yet, a year or so to work through this, my approach might be different, but I don't have that luxury. I have to move now. There's just no way I can enter into a marriage with the state of our relationship and the way it is now, so I'm not going to. End of discussion, guys. Anyway, I will report back later tonight with how everything went today. Hopefully, it will be less traumatic than I'm anticipating, and there is another edit. So, really quick.
Yes, please.
4 chats for John, the physical embodiment of chat. What do you think about OP's decision here of, like, he still wants to stay in the relationship, but just doesn't want to do the marriage?
I think the mindset I would suggest would be more of like, I need to assess whether or not this is salvageable. I think OP's pretty much kind of in the right headspace, but it almost sounds like he's kind of ready to 2 months I could forgive you, maybe, like I'm almost like, I don't know. Maybe
I'm not sure.
a dash more of skepticism.
Something I very much believe is the way someone acts around other people will eventually be turned around to you.
Yes.
So look at how they interact with their so-called enemies, because that could be you in a little bit.
It could be you. You're next.
I mean, I think this is an example. Like she could turn around and use that cheating degree she learned with her sister on you and your relationship very, very soon.
Yeah,
So.
it's now guilty until proven innocent at this point.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if I can trust you until you have proven that you can earn the trust back.
Also, really, really quick pause. Nicole H says the area between San Vicente Boulevard and Montana is being warned to evacuate. Is that true?
But
right
it's
now, actually.
that I think that might have been the thing from last
I'll show
night
you
too.
guys, but I'm not going to show chat. Where
Show
we are.
you got the link that I sent last
Well,
night.
yeah, I know where we are, but
Yeah, but like
That one doesn't give you the evacuation zone. So
I
just looking
have
for the street.
guys. We're in the middle of a fire, by the way. So
Yeah, so we're
Okay,
Yeah.
there's that. There's Montana Avenue.
wait. I have one sec. I have the
like Montana Avenue up.
Like this there. Yeah.
Yeah, which
okay,
is
no. It's the same as it was. Yeah, it's between Montana and San Vicente.
because
We're chilling.
north was already in evacuation and like yellow zone.
Yeah, that area. I think it's still, and this
Yeah,
was
it's the same,
updated.
yeah.
Kit lives in between this area.
Oh, really? Oh,
Really?
he's a little closer. He's in the warning area.
But yeah, this was last updated 11:45. I think we're chilling.
Yeah. But thanks for worrying about us.
Thanks for worrying about us. Let us know if we should evacuate.
Chat. Should we evacuate or keep live streaming?
Oh!
We don't need to evacuate right now. But there's fire right outside. We actually can see it from our roof.
Pretty wild. I went up to the top of our apartment today.
Mm.
Kind of crazy.
Yeah, you can see it.
Took a video.
Damn.
Pretty nuts.
Sheesh. Anyway, so edit 7. I have no idea how long a Reddit post can be. As long as you want, I think. As I've never written such a long one before in my life, so I hope this goes through. It's about 8:30 p.m. right now, and I'm writing this from my buddy's house. His name is Mark. A former coworker of mine is also in the same field of work. As I mentioned in a previous update, I worked as a field analyst in the SIU department of a decent-sized insurance carrier. For people who don't know what that is, I'm basically a private detective. My job is to investigate what we think might be fraudulent claims in regards to workers' compensation. Anyway, as I kind of hinted at, Marty asked for my help in finding out who the other guy was that Evelyn was cheating on him with. All we had to go on was a name. Let's call him Jake. The first thing I did was not some major amount of sleuthing. It was just basically going through LinkedIn, trying to find the guy through Evelyn's connections, but that brought up nothing, which I thought was strange. Marty had told me that Evelyn was supposed to go out for drinks tonight after work, and that she said she wouldn't be home until around 9 or 10. He didn't have to tell me what he suspected since I pretty much understood right away. I told him that I would help him, but he needed to come with me. So are they going to do a heist?
Dude, I mean, that would
Or
be
not a heist, a stakeout.
a stakeout. Yeah. Peering over the bushes.
Yeah. I then contacted my buddy Mark, explained the situation, and had him agree to meet us later in the day. The first thing we did was drive over to Marty's parents' house so they could watch their granddaughter. I don't know what Marty told them as I waited in the car. After that, we went to Evelyn's place of work. It's one of those large commercial strip mall type centers with a lot of nondescript offices in a row and a large non-gated car park. We drove around until we found Evelyn's car, and then I had Marty unlock it with a second set of keys. I then gave Marty a voice-activated recorder and a GPS tracker to place in the car. Once done with that, we left, parked a bit down the street, and waited for my friend to arrive and for Evelyn to leave the business. Dang, they're doing some spy shit. Kind of.
Are we going too far?
I think so. I think that
because we already have evidence.
this may be illegal, but
Yeah, but it's awesome.
It's
Well,
not
it's
illegal.
kinda
It's not illegal. I did this before.
you might just be admitting to a crime.
No. I'm getting evidence so I can take it to court and let everyone know, hey, by the way, this person
That
is
evidence
cheating.
is not able to be used. You
Not
can't.
admissible.
You can't. Yeah, it's not admissible. You can't record a private conversation.
If it's on a public street, yes, you can.
If it's in public, yeah, but like
It was in public.
a car is private. It depends. Like in New York, it's a single party consent state. So only one person within the conversation needs to know, and then it's fine. So that's why we do a lot of like on the street recording in New York. But like if in California, it's a 2-party consent state.
And I think like specifically in the context of the story, I think it could be okay to try and do some sleuthing, maybe not this far, if they didn't already have like very, very strong evidence to show. They have Sarah's text. They have 12 screenshots that are basically saying like, yo, I'm helping you hide this cheating. So why are we going like all we need to know is like, oh, you're cheating, and then Marty can decide what to do with Evie from there, right? Like,
yeah,
I
don't know if I agree. It doesn't need to go this far. It's like a little bit too much, but fun.
It makes a great story. I'll tell you that much.
So Mark shows up about 20 minutes later, hops in the car with us, and around an hour after that, Evelyn comes out of her office with 2 of her girlfriends and a younger looking man with sandy blonde hair.
Uh-oh.
They are obviously holding hands, and I'm like, dang, Evelyn, you're making it easy for me. I take a couple of pictures from the car and then wait for Evelyn to leave in hers, and I start tracking her. At first, I thought she might go right to a hotel or something, but she didn't. Instead, she drove to a reasonably nice bar and grill in a nice section of town and parked on the street. I drove by her as she was getting out of her car and entering the establishment, and then found my own parking spot and went over the plan. First, we sent Markman, since no one knew him. He had basically 2 jobs. First, to try to get any compromising pictures he could of Evelyn and Jake, and second, to be my alibi. Marty and I waited in the car for around 20 minutes until I got the first in the series of text messages from Mark. They were pictures of Evelyn and Jake making out in front of their 2 female coworkers.
That's evidence.
Marty's suspicions were right. They were helping Evelyn hide the affair from him. He was obviously very upset and angry. Evidently, one of the coworkers is married, and as a couple, they are good friends with Marty and Evelyn, both of them having toddlers around the same age. I asked Marty if that's enough for him. Man just wants to get his balls stomped on.
Yeah.
Stop hurting yourself.
But also low-key, like, OP wants to become like the international spy we were talking about earlier. He's like, I want espionage.
Yeah.
I want it.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a lot.
Also, Josephine says he works as a PI through an insurance company, and Cheryl Dye says as long as the PI is licensed and bonded, it is admissible in a divorce. I didn't know that.
Okay.
That's cool. All right. Well,
all right.
I asked Marty, is that enough for you, little dirty boy? But he says he still really wants to know who the guy is. I try to tell him we can find out later, but he's practically begging me. So I tell him to wait. He wants to be cucked. Text Mark that I'm coming in and enter the bar myself. First thing I see is Evelyn and her crew laughing and drinking at one of those tall round tables near the front of the window as I enter. I stop for a moment, pretend to be surprised, and then call out to Evelyn. Evelyn, hi. What are you doing here?
Gotcha.
She obviously is shocked to see me, and everyone around her tenses up immediately. Evelyn quickly introduces me as her sister's fiancé and says that we are getting married in 2 weeks. There are a lot of congratulations from everyone. I thank them and then stick out my hand to the blonde guy and introduce myself with my full name, hoping that he'll respond in kind. He does.
Ooh, dude. This is some like CIA stuff right here. I use my full name so he will tell me his.
Samuel Donner.
Hey, John Randall Parker Fry.
Oh, even middle name.
Put it there.
He does, and I'm a bit taken back. His name isn't Jake. I introduce myself to everyone else and then tell Evelyn that I'm here to meet a coworker. I wave to Mark and then excuse myself. Once I get over to Mark, I tell him the guy's name. We both whip out our phones and go to work. It doesn't take long for us to find him. He's got social media profiles and a couple of court case judgments against him. Everything sort of falls into place when we find out that Jake is just his middle name. At this point, I'm basically grateful that Evelyn isn't cheating on Marty with 2 different coworkers. Turns out that Jake is 26, married, and has a 1-year-old daughter.
Brother.
This just keeps getting worse.
Wait, tell me, and he's a dirty blonde?
Dirty blonde.
Forgot one thing. He's young.
Dude, but to be real, you are 28, so this could have happened like 2 years ago.
Yeah, this could have been you.
Are you not telling us something, dude?
Have you not been reading the board?
That is true.
You're just one piece of the puzzle, man. We don't know how involved you are in this.
Yeah.
Middle name's not Jake.
And he did have, but it's Jake, like they're using fake names.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Got him.
You know what first letter is shared with Jake?
Tell me.
Sean.
Ooh,
Wow.
He
Both
could,
have only 4 letters.
dude.
I think we closed the case.
And I have a 1-year-old daughter.
Yeah, dude, you've been hiding that the whole time.
Yep, just like Drake.
Anyway, I text Marty the guy's name and I decide I want to push my luck and tell him to wait a few more minutes. Basically, I'm playing babysitter here at the bar. I'm totally visible to Evelyn and her crew. I can see out of the corner of my eye that no one is particularly happy about this, and my presence is really ruining the night. This is good. I let this go on for about 10 minutes and then tell Marty to text Evelyn that he's spending the night at his parents' house with their daughter. Doesn't take long after that until I catch Evelyn taking out her phone, showing it to Jake, and then everyone deciding to pack up. Evelyn comes over to me, says goodnight, and asks me if Sarah and I want to come over for dinner this weekend. I smile and say that sounds like a great idea and wish her and her coworkers a good night. Mark and I wait for them to leave, then pay our bill and hurry back to the waiting Marty.
He's about to get a lot of information.
There's a bit of hesitation here because we don't know exactly what Evelyn was going to do. Like, I half assumed she might have already booked a hotel room and was heading there, which would have made everything a lot more complicated and limited what I could do. But it turns out that tonight was probably meant to be just drinks at the bar, and it wasn't until Marty decided to spend the night at his parents' and it turned into something more. Evelyn made a beeline for home, and we followed behind her way out of sight and parked down the street. It didn't take long until after another car pulled into Marty's driveway and we saw Jake get out, go up to the door, knock, and be greeted by Evelyn. They went inside together.
To Marty's house, right?
Marty's house.
Diabolical.
Are they about to do what I think they're going to do? Am I seeing the you that is the you to be seen?
Yep, they're about to do the dirty, dirty deed.
Spicy sleep.
Wow. I mean, I guess it is
In the
Evelyn's
shared
house
home.
too, but
In the shared home.
the audacity.
But there's more to this story.
Oh God, I can't take it.
Now, at this point, it's about 7:30, and I have my own stuff to do tonight, and I think that as a friend, I've done pretty much all I can do for Marty, and he can handle the rest himself. I mean, I feel bad for the guy, definitely, but I don't want to get any more involved in this drama than I already am, and being the wingman for him while he confronts his cheating wife is a bit much for me, considering my situation. Marty says it's fine, that he'll do the rest himself. Guess he's more of a man than you thought, Evelyn. He goes to Evelyn's car, retrieves my gear, and we bid each other goodbye. That was almost 2 hours ago. I did get one text message, from Marty saying it was done and he was going to his parents' house for real this time.
Wow.
But my phone hasn't been blowing up, so I don't know what's been going on with Evelyn, and I've been at Mark's since then. I think that basically concludes my part in Marty's story. If he was smart and listened to my advice, he was recording with his phone when he entered the house. I'll find out later. Anyway, my biggest priority now is to head home and tell Sarah that the wedding is off. She almost 100% is going to take it badly. There's no way she won't. But like I said, I just can't get married to her right now. I don't know what the future holds for us or if we will be done with each other or not, but definitely we are not getting married anytime soon. Also, for people who keep saying, why didn't you talk to her first? Why didn't you confront her? I have to say, are you people stupid? She stone cold lied in front of me to her brother-in-law that she had known for about 10 years and purportedly thinks is a really great husband and father. Maybe you are naive enough to think that someone can lie that coldly to someone they are supposed to care about and then tell you the truth, but I'm not wired that way. Until that moment, I never had cause to ever second guess Sarah or not trust her, but she was literally untrustworthy in front of my face, and I'm supposed to let it slide or expect her to be honest to me? I guess you don't know what it's like to have your entire view of someone shift in an instant. It's disorienting and frankly a bit panic-inducing. I'm actually impressed I kept my head on and followed my instincts instead of pressing her right away because it led me to the truth. It would have been ridiculously easy for her to lie to me and then delete those text messages. If she had done that, then I would never have read the horrible things she said, never seen how she can be so duplicitous and two-faced and never realize how little I actually knew about her. I'm going to home to talk to Sarah. I'll update later to let everyone know what the final verdict is. Don't expect it to be a good one. And there is an edit. What do we think the verdict's going to be?
The verdict of what he wants to do with Sarah.
Yeah, and well, what Sarah wants to do with him when
Yeah.
she finds out that I'm like,
I'm gonna guess just purely off of the Sarahs of the world we've read stories on, she will be begging for forgiveness and be like, no, it's okay, like, oh, I can change, like, we'll be good, I would never do this to you, something along those lines, and try to convince OP, but OP is not having it. And you know what, I will say, like, at first I felt like OP's plan was too much, but there were some good things that were yielded from it, where like Marty really got to see all the details of the truth.
he really got
Like, I mean, we're talking 8K, just full, no pixels anywhere in sight clarity. And, you know, yeah, I don't think OP's going to stand for it. It's what he does for his job. Like, this is his thing. So.
But let's see what actually happened. So, well, I had the talk with Sarah last night, and it was pretty insane. I'm honestly burnt out and still exhausted, even though I took another sick day and slept into almost 11:45. Sleep deficit is real. I know everyone is thirsty for updates, but as much as it's therapy for me to write them, I am just absolutely drained. And you may have noticed, I don't know how to be short. Just call it a character trait from my profession and the endless amount of minutia-filled reports I've written. I will give the TLDR, and I promise to do the update later. Long story short, I came home to talk to Sarah about canceling the wedding and found her comforting Evelyn on the couch. I almost turned around and walked, but I didn't. Words were exchanged, tears were had, people got really angry, and the cops were called. I collapsed and slept for like 10 hours, and my phone is practically glowing from the heat of a bajillion unread messages and missed calls. If it vibrates anymore, I'm going to take it to Evelyn's office and charge $10 a minute to sit on it. Stuff is really up in the air. I have a lot to do today. My family already knew what was going on by yesterday afternoon, but I need to contact some friends today and get a move on to other things. I'm just going to answer a couple and then bug out for a few to get stuff done. First, I'm not James Bond. I'm a guy that follows around the disabled construction worker to a Zumba class or skydiving lesson. I've been doing it for about 5 years, and I'm pretty good at it. Nothing I did went beyond a $50 GPS you can buy from Amazon and a tiny bit of social engineering. You might be surprised how far social engineering can get you, but whatever. Second, I'm off the clock on the mysterious case of Marty and the Hobag Hobgoblin. Whatever Marty does with the info he has, including contacting the other wife, is on him. I'm not injecting myself into this mess any more than I have. Marty is a good friend, but I have my own little world collapsing right now that I don't have my moral indignation to distract me. It's becoming a bigger burden than I have been letting on. Third, I am not an aspiring screenwriter or novelist. I do, however, have a lot of reports. You have no idea. Most of my life is actually spent hunched over a laptop writing a report or transcribing statements. For every hour I spend doing field work, I probably spend 10 doing paperwork or research. Fourth, you are right that I was wrong to leave Marty to go at it alone. I didn't have any fear, not even an iota, that Marty would do anything stupid, but I didn't properly take into account the risk to him. That's a personal failing of mine. I guess like him getting super mad and doing something weird.
Oh, I thought it was just not being there, like with him
Comfort
as
him?
kind of like a mediator in a sense, or just like a third party
I don't know.
witness.
I
Yeah,
don't think he needs to, like, that feels too involved.
it's their marriage and ultimately their issue to work on.
Yeah. It's not that I don't care. I just tend to estimate that other people handle things like I do, and hence Marty was doing something that I would do, so I didn't question it like I should have. I know this is a problem of mine, and I'm working on it, but I am also not in the best place emotionally, so my EQ was low in this situation. By the way, you can listen to full episodes of Story just like this. If you just go to our podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, everywhere you get your podcasts, actually, just search OK Storytime. So there's another relevant update, but what do you think about where we are so far?
You know, I will say both OP and chat, I think, did warm me up a little bit to the idea of basically OP's playbook for this, which was not the playbook I was thinking at all. I was thinking like low-key kind of the opposite. But you know what? He did get a lot of information. He gave that to me. He helped Marty out. So that was a, you know, I guess good Samaritan kind of angel thing to do. Marty was able to handle the situation. He's, you know, trying to get through the cops and all the other BS in order to find the final outcome with his soon-to-be ex-fiancee, Sarah. I think ultimately, all's well that ends well. You know, I guess brownie points for OP for doing more than he needed to do, you know, is one way you could look at it. And while he is, you know, partial to wanting to be James Bond, I think, you know, ultimately, I think it worked out for the best and in everyone's favor. And, you know, it was a reasonable course of action to take.
Agreed. But would love to know what you guys think. Did OP make the right decision? Did Marty make the right decision? Put your answers in the comments and chat below. We got a little last update. So people saying you don't know the whole situation. What if Marty was an abuser? Yada, yada, yada. No, buddy, you don't know the whole situation. I do. I read 6 months of text messages. I know why Evelyn did what she did. I know how she feels about Marty. I know how my ex-fiance played along with this. I'm just not sharing it because it's vile, but I know it played a big part in how I have acted the last day and a half. Trust me, if Sarah had done something anything other than encouraging and egging on Evelyn, we'd all probably not be here, but she did, so we are. Anyway, that's it from me. I will try to update again in the next few days with the whole fallout, but I'm probably going to be mostly off Reddit. For now, best of luck to everyone, and thank you to all the people backing me up. It meant a lot to me and helped keep me sane. Well, some semblance of sane anyway. And edit 9, I tried posting an update to the subreddit under a new post because it's freaking huge, but Automod keeps eating it unless the mods decide to recover the post. You can just check out my user profile for the next part of this messed up saga because we have more.
Ooh, we not
have
even
way
done.
more. We're not even done. This is just the beginning of a 3-part saga of this sad little marriage falling apart.
It's real sad.
So I guess we'll get into it. But so I guess we'll get into it in the next one. But for now, if you love us, make sure to subscribe.
We love you.
And see you tomorrow.